everyone. Hello and welcome to my channel today. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, comment and share. Okay, so going right into it today, right? Something sort of inspired what I want to talk about today. In the course of the week, one of the WhatsApp groups that I belong to, you know how in WhatsApp groups people can just send all kinds of broadcast messages. So anyway, someone sent a broadcast message to one of the WhatsApp groups that I'm on, and basically the message was saying that if you sign up using a particular link, you're going to learn how to make 120k every 2 hours or something, and someone was even responding, oh really, how, why, I'm interested, you know how people put up posts and everybody will be commenting I'm interested. Anyway, so it just got me thinking. And I realized that a lot of times when we say we want to build another source of income or want to turn our passion into a craft or an income skill, what we really want is instant success. Instant noodle syndrome. We want it now. So we want to start making YouTube videos and already hit 5 million subscribers because we are talented. We just want it to happen rapidly. And so I'm going to be titling today's episode The One Hit Wonder versus the Living Legend. The One Hit Wonder versus the Living Legend. Speaking of one hit wonders, when I think of one hit wonders, I go back to like my childhood, when I was much younger. Yes, much younger. And there are a lot of prominent memories from my childhood, but I'm going to be picking two for the purpose of this video. The first one is this dress. You see this dress? I wore this dress everywhere. I don't know how many of us had that one dress when we were small that was like, dress of life, dress of destiny. So I wore this dress everywhere. I wore it to every party, I wore it every Sunday. Even when I outgrew it, I was always wearing it, throwing tantrums when I was not allowed to wear it, until my mom eventually had to just hide it and burn it so that the whole world can rest. This is not about the dress. The second memory from my childhood is the music we had at that time, the dance hall party music. So when I was smaller, we used to attend a lot of parties, and I remember the songs from them. They were songs from them, Baba Frayo, them Daddy Shoki, and one particular song was like my jam. That then go they pose, like hey. Once that song comes on, I'm like yeah, clear road. So even if you were very posh, the music of the 90s was very electric, it was very eccentric, and it had a unique sound because there was a lot of talent that was coming in from the ghettos at that time, and the dance steps were very interesting. A lot of us, even those of us that couldn't dance, we could at least nod our heads, And there were so many artists. I particularly remember Baba Frayo because of that song. I loved that Denguripo song. I loved it, and so I tried to Google about him now, as in 2020, what's he up to, what's he doing, and I really couldn't find much. So even though this is not about him per se, because I don't know the dynamics of their industry, this is not to malign or belittle him in any way. The point of this is that the music of that time, we can't find it anymore. I'm not sure that if you play those songs for children right now, they will even be able to dance or move to the beat. But you see, those guys at that time, they had a unique sound, a unique story, a unique journey. They were from ghetto, they were underprivileged, they had a message that a lot of people could identify with. So I'm going to just stop that there and then draw a comparison with someone else. Her name is Nike Davis Okundaye. If you've not heard of her or read of her, dear, Google is your friend. Just Google her. So Nike is a little backstory. She grew up so underprivileged. She grew up in a time where women were not even allowed to go to school. Women were forced into marriages. She lost her mom when she was very young, when she was about 6. She had to run away from home when she was 13 because she was about to be forced into a marriage and be like the 5th wife or something. There was so much going on in her life. So for Nike, it wasn't about talent. When she decided to start out with a craft, it wasn't about talent, it was about survival. But Nike did something very, very interesting. Nike stuck to that talent so much so that creativity found her there. And so she began to use things like indigo, things like the popular adire of where she was, to make unique designs. And when opportunity came for recognition by the American government and they took her abroad and she was able to learn other things, Nike did something very unique. She came back to Africa with that knowledge and she began to impart it into the lives of other young women. So drawing comparisons between these two scenarios, both have experienced poverty, lack, hardships. Both are underprivileged. One even started out on the platform of talent, of art, and the other started out with a skill because she needed to survive. But today, the stories are different. Now, I want you to take these two scenarios and using these definitions I'm going to read out, tell me which one of these two characters or these two scenarios is a living legend and which one is a one-hit wonder. So a living legend is defined as a person who is famous while still living for doing something extremely well, right? And a one-hit wonder is any entity that achieves mainstream popularity for only one piece of work and becomes known among the general public solely for that momentary success. Now, which of these two scenarios that I have painted remind you of a one-hit wonder or a living legend? Now I'm going to take that a step further. If I ask you, what do you want to be, a one-hit wonder or a living legend, you most likely say, I think I want to be a living legend. But your current practices, are they practice of living legends? Nike used to wake up so early. Till today, she already has the fame and the fortune and the influence, but she still wakes up early. Do you wake up early? Hello, sir, ma. Do you wake up early? As simple as that. Are you given to unlearning? Especially when people think that they are so talented. A lot of talented people, it gets to your head. You think that because you are talented, you no longer need discipline. Because you're talented, you can't unlearn and learn. You can't subject yourself to an institution of education. You're all about that talent. Hey, I'm talented. I was born like that. I could sing since I was 2. Duh. Let me further bring it down in case your horns are very big because of your talent. If you put a person who is talented but lacks discipline and a person who has no talent but is willing to learn a craft and is disciplined on one path, the person who was not born with any ingrained talent will go farther. Think about it. And I'll say it again. You put a person with so much talent, God made me to be great, to sing, to dance, to act, to do this, to do that, to talk. And you put another person who just has the willingness to learn one craft. Well, back to that thing I started with, learn one, who has the discipline to learn one and put them on the same path. The person who has the discipline without any inherent skill will go farther. Success will meet both. But one will end up being stuck as a one-hit wonder. A few millions here and there, a few people know you, and the other will be a living legend. So with how you currently run your life now, are you on the path, ask yourself sincerely, are you on the path to being a living legend or a one-hit wonder? Is it always about you? Are you willing? Do you have good character? Do you know how to talk to people? Do you know how to engage? Or is it, I'm talented, I'm talented. Where do you fall? And you can check this with simple things like I said earlier. Do you wake up early? How are you constantly evolving? How are you making yourself better? What are the excuses you give yourself? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to know the numbers if what you're interested in is an income? Are you willing to learn how to know the numbers? Are you lazy? Are you mentally lazy? Are you willing to evolve? Are you willing for that your great idea to be subject to scrutiny and constructive criticism so that you can do better? If you are not on the path to doing any of these things, success may come, but like that my dress that eventually outlived its usefulness. it would just be a one-hit wonder. Like those songs we sang in the 90s, your success might just not be relevant. But you see, when you're on the path to being a living legend, even when success meets you, like it met Nike in doing her craft, in being great at her craft, you are able to fly on the wings of that opportunity and create so much more. And if you think that Nike's ambitions ended with her time, not only is she alive and well, not only does she own one of the biggest art galleries in Nigeria, if not the biggest, because people come from all over the world to patronize her. So what she has done, the basic skill of adire, tie and dye with the shirt that I and Chiquita are wearing. Not only has she been able to create something unique, she carries her culture wherever she goes. So if she's before the queen, she has her gele, she carries the prestige of who she is. But this is not even only about her, because people like me, generations like me, who came years after Nike had made her sacrifice, and years after she had launched her schools, a person like me has also benefited, because I had the opportunity of going to the Nike Art School to learn this skill, to learn how to tie, how to dye, how to batik, and to basically just set me upon the path that I'm currently in. So again, I'm going to end this video asking you, are you my dress? Are you like my dress? Or are you like Madam Nike? Choose wisely. Okay guys, so if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, comment. I actually do read all of your comments, so like, comment, and I'll be seeing you. Bye.